Today I'm sharing with you some really quick hacks on how to use Dollar Tree items to make your life a little bit easier for this fall season. Some really fun ideas that you just might want to test out for yourself. Please leave me a big thumbs up and let's get started. We are fully on into the fall season where everyone is super busy and has quick mornings to get the kids off to school. One of my favorite hacks is to actually freeze my coffee creamer in ice cube trays. So I love doing this. I just use my favorite creamer, which is this caramel macchiato, and then I go ahead and put that in the tray, let it freeze. I also wanted to mention, if you're trying to do like low calorie and more protein, the Premier shakes are perfect to go ahead and freeze. They are packed with protein, very low calorie, low points, and I also love putting this in my coffee, and it is a tad bit like better for you than the coffee creamer if you're using the International Delight. Also remember that instead of using ice trays, you can like upgrade for some of the fun seasonal like silicone molds from Dollar Tree. But I just pop a couple of these into my coffee, especially while it's really hot. It cools it off enough so that I can start drinking it, and it's just perfect for on the go. Okay, so At Home with Shannon shared this on Pinterest, and it was a great way to make your house smell like apple pie without simmering something on your stove all day. I'm using some older apples. They have a couple of bad spots, so these work perfect for that. I'm adding some cinnamon sticks as well as a tablespoon of vanilla extract and a tablespoon of almond extract. You can add to this or not use as much depending on how you want it to smell. I added some cinnamon as well as a little bit of water so that this can really simmer, and it works great to fill your house with that fun fall smell without worrying about the stove being on all day. Okay, so next up, everyone makes their house smell really good for fall, but we forget about our cars a lot of the times, and just being honest, mine doesn't always smell great. So if there is something that I can put in there, especially for the fall season, so I recommend getting a jar with like a hole in the lid. I just picked up this little canister from Dollar General, but you can grab any of the Dollar Tree jars, just making sure it has holes at the top so the smell can escape. But I am filling it full of just some of the Dollar Tree wax melts, and I'm telling you all that I just enjoyed this so much. I got in my car the other day and I could instantly smell it. It's not super strong, but it just gives it enough smell just to make it smell really good and perfect for the fall season. I noticed Dollar Tree has all of these colorful night lights that are LED. They're not going to get hot. They're perfect to set around your house and add extra lighting to make it super cozy for this fall season. I thought this was orange. I didn't read the packaging, so I thought it was going to be cute to put little pumpkins on, but it ended up being red. I still did it. I took my marker and just kind of drew cute little faces on here, and I think it turned out really cute. I kind of wish it was the orange color, but you could do like little scary faces for this, and definitely just go over your marker a couple of times so you don't see like the streak marks whenever this is really lit up. But I just pulled up some scary faces on Pinterest on my phone so I would kind of know what kind of face to draw, and I feel like these turned out too cute. Next up, if you are hosting or need a gorgeous centerpiece for your table in 5 minutes or less, definitely do this. Grab any plate from the Dollar Tree. I love this plaid collection that they put out. The plate is gorgeous, even though you don't get to see it a lot because the flowers take it up. All you have to do is get a couple of these round discs, and I glued it down to the plate, and then put any pumpkin that you want right on top and start filling it full of your favorite flowers. This pumpkin actually came from Pop Shelf, which is now one of my all-time favorite like cheap decor places. You can get so many like filler pieces, like wooden bead garlands and little pumpkins, very inexpensive. So this is elevating your large pumpkin and leaving the perfect amount of space to fill the styrofoam full of your favorite florals. Dollar Tree has out so many gorgeous ones right now. Because this pumpkin is orange, I decided to skip the orange on the flowers so there would be some contrast and be different, and fill it full of these gorgeous like red mums, as well as some of the eucalyptus leaves and berries. But my favorite are those tiny little sunflowers. I feel like it is just a perfect touch, but make sure this looks like extra full, so grab a couple of extra floral stems because that's what's going to make it like look higher end, and filling this in with whichever color that you choose. You could go with so many different color schemes on this. You could do a green pumpkin with more neutrals, but you can see how pretty that this is. I put this together in no time at all and loved how it turned out. So while Dollar Tree puts out so many decor pieces and signs like this, I feel like they just have like a cheap look to them. One way that you can upgrade this is to take any larger sign or piece of wood and paint it like a coordinating color and glue it down on there so it looks bigger, looks more expensive, and something that you would purchase at the store. So I picked up these bunny welcome signs back at Dollar Tree Plus section in the springtime. They were only $3 for this huge piece of wood, and I knew I would want them on hand for projects like this, but you also can go to the Plus section and find some unfinished signs, wooden signs that would also house like so many of the smaller signs. For this, I love how it looks like real wood planks. I'm just going over it with some black chalk paint, covering it but making it still look a little bit distressed, letting this dry, and then gluing my Halloween sign right on top to give it like a bigger effect. I feel like it fits this sign perfectly. I just added a ton of hot glue to make sure it's not going to fall off or go anywhere. It's not going to warp, but it is nice and tight. And then you can display this anywhere that you would like, but looks really cool hanging from a hook. At the time of filming this, I couldn't find a lot of orange candles at Dollar Tree. I also wanted to upgrade it anyways, so this worked out really well. You can grab these pumpkin silicone molds out at Dollar Tree. They've had them for the past couple of years. Melt down your orange candle, and I'm going to pour it into a cup so it's easier to fill the molds up, so I can kind of bend it and get a spout. But fill up these orange little pumpkins, let them completely cool off, and this takes just like a huge candle. You can even use leftover ones so you're not wasting the wax. But you're able to pop these out in the perfect size pieces and then pop them into your wax melter. The stems did want to break off a little bit, especially on this first one, because I didn't know how to pop it out, but I just melted a little bit and attached it in case I wanted to put these like beside of it for decor purposes, but popping them down into the wax melter, and these are just so much fun. A weird thing that I always keep an eye out for at Dollar Tree is whenever they put out their seasonal socks and gloves. So I grab a few pairs of them to use them on actual projects. So I think it's so cozy to actually use a pair of socks. These weren't in the Christmas section. These were just kind of like in the everyday juncture section. But you can actually cut the top of it off. These are like men's socks, but I thought they had a cute pattern. And then putting these on a glass container, and it instantly makes it so much more cozy, makes the perfect candle holder, so it just brings in a little bit of comfort into your home. I didn't even have to worry about gluing these down. I just cut them to size. If they were a little bit longer, I just folded it back and folded it back over like you would cuff a pair of jeans or something at the bottom. And then I wanted to go a little bit further, so I'm using some fabric just to add a little bit of different pattern on there and put this around the middle. I found out it was even easier to just add colorful ribbon around like the smaller one, but I want to make sure these are super safe. I'll probably end up using LEDs in there every day, but making sure that the little sock and like raw fabric edges are going to be close to the bottom, that these are taller glass containers. And if you want great smells and you don't want to worry about toxic fragrances in your house, you can just do something really simple like using coconut oil in a wax melter, adding some cinnamon, but the key here is the pumpkin pie spice. This smells delicious. Everyone was bragging on it, and I'm just heating it up in one of these Dollar Tree wax melters. You definitely can upgrade to an electric one if that's what you would like. I'm just putting this votive candle in there. Obviously, you're supposed to use tea lights, but it seems to be working well for me. And after this heated up, it smelled really good. This is easy to do and very budget friendly.